Hello everybody, this is Threezero and welcome to another edition of What's Happening Wednesday. This is the weekly roundup show that I like to do on this channel, which again gives me the perfect opportunity to do exactly that. Keep you guys updated with things that are going on in the world of Transformers. I'll let you know what's happening with this YouTube channel and of course my Instagram, which is toys_rus. So yeah, for the first time ever, this is part 3 because there's just loads going on and that's all I'm going to say with that. I've got details on third party, sightings, movie news and everything. So we're just going to start off straight away with a very quick sightings. So this is for the core class figures. There's a bit of a mixture. So we've got Studio Series 86 Ironhide, we've got the Rise of the Beasts RC, and indeed Threezer, and these have been spotted and they're popping up everywhere now in Targets in the US. So if you're still after them, that's the best place to check. So there you go, they've been spotted there. This is something that for the people who ordered the Haslab deathsaurus figure, or deathsaurus, however you want to refer to him, you would have had this email yourself. But if you didn't get the email and you want to know what we're talking about, if you head to TFW 2005, what we've got is this has been, let me just show you the image because it's brilliant. This is the image that we've been sent that's going to be part of the packaging for the new Haslab project. As I say, so for the people who haven't backed it, you wouldn't have got this email, but I wanted to of course share it with you. So this is of course from the artist who is a completely well known, he's amazing, it's Guido Guidi, and indeed, yeah, that's going to be the packaging artwork for the new Haslab project, and I'm sure you'll agree it looks spectacular. Right, moving on. Right, this is something that we saw again not so long ago. So to coincide with the Rise of the Beast statues that are at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, there's going to be a special Rise of the Beasts event at CinemaCon. So it's not like other conventions traditionally imagined by movies and pop culture fans. This event is a convention centered around movie theaters, their owners, staffs and industry representatives, and it's going to be held in Las Vegas from the 24th of April to the 27th at Caesar's Palace. So again, we've seen the images of the statues there, but it's also interesting to find out that there's other things going on there as well. So hopefully we'll get more information coming out regards that, as well as just seeing the statues. So that again is interesting in its own right. There again, of course, is the poster. We're again still emitting Wheeljack, but at least he's started to pop up. Now back to the other movie. So the other movie that we've spoke about recently, this is the new animated one that's looking to come out next year. Another brilliant, I suppose, joint venture of this, let's be honest, is the fact that it looks like they're going to be working with, this is basically an interview from Collider. So I've took this from TFW 2005. You can see the full interview or read it if you wanted to. I'm going to show you on here on how to get to it. But Lorenzo Di Bonaventura talks about the upcoming animated Transformers movie. And the best thing about it is the animation has been confirmed by Industrial Light and Magic. So there's an article there. And again, I don't want to ruin it for everybody or read out these 3-4 pages from the website. It is all the information. It just says the feature-length animated film is planned to be in theatres July the 19th next year, and many fans will be pleased to have ILM working with the Transformers franchise again. And again, there's a huge amount of text there to whet your appetite if you want to have a quick read of that yourselves. All right, moving on. JT Prime, Detective JT Prime has found on the system another movie masterpiece figure, and this is looking like to be Bone Crusher. Now, I'm really excited for this because I like that figure. I haven't managed to get Blackout yet, still a little bit at my price range at the moment, but there is the EAN number and the confirmation that it looks like we are going to be getting Bone Crusher as part of the movie masterpiece toy line. It's also saying, unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be a Target exclusive, but as and when we find out more about that, I will of course let you guys know straight away. Right, unfortunately, a bit of bad news for Australian Transformers fans, because Paramount Pictures, no reason, they haven't given a reason at all, is they've pushed the release date of Rise of the Beast back by 2 weeks. They did not disclose a reason for the shift in release date, but it's going to now not be released until June the 22nd. So no news as to why they've done that. I would understand maybe in France, because obviously we found out they're going to have to dub it and they've got a new voice actor, but no reason that I know of there. So unfortunately, you're going to have to wait 2 weeks. And the update as well is that New Zealand is also pushed back 2 weeks to June the 22nd as well, unfortunately. Right. Normally I read out all of the sightings, but as I'm sure you can imagine, there is huge amounts. If you're wondering where I get this from, again, it's from TFW 2005. This is the international sightings. Because there's so much, I'm just going to suggest that you have a quick look for your relevant country. I'm going to say pause this right now. If you haven't got access to TFW 2005, you've got all of them there. These are all sightings, mainly of Rise of the Beast figures, and indeed there as well. So I'm pretty much sure you can tell that everything is popping up absolutely everywhere. But again, for the length of the video, and I know that people will give me loads of thumbs down if I just start reading out all of them. This is something else that we've previewed not so long ago, and have not previewed, showcased a couple of videos ago, which is of course the Arc restaurant in Hong Kong. If you want to see anything more of that, Robot Kingdom, oh no, sorry, that's not it, that's something else. There's basically a brilliant walk around of the Arc restaurant. If you want to check the video out, you can check it out via TFW 2005. I'm wondering why it's saying, oh, that's it, it's just the sponsor that they're talking about, Robot Kingdom. But there's also, if you go to Robot Kingdom's Facebook page, there we go, they've got pictures on their Facebook page, and again a direct link to it. So if you want to have a go at watching a trip to the Ark, that's how you're going to get to see it. Okay, moving on now, back to the Rise of the Beasts movie interviews. This is Lorenzo Di Bonaventura talking about Rise of the Beasts, the character arcs, and how they're going to dominate the story. So I don't know if this is going to please a lot of people because it's talking a lot about the human element of it. I'm going to read perhaps just a little bit from it. If you want to read the rest yourself, you can go here, or you can check out the full interview on Collider. And it says that I think the way to talk about this is our goals in making this, in making Bumblebee, their objective was to see how far, frankly, we could create intimacy in a movie with a robot. So obviously that was the conscious attempt to make on a bigger scale, which is the emotional bond between obviously the human character and the robot. And it does even say the fact that fans complained there wasn't enough action in it, but it was still well received. So our hopes was, when we started out, and our intention was to bring the intimacy that we were able to create with Bumblebee, but not at the scale that it was represented in what's known as the Bay movies. So their objective is to figure out how to get the emotional experience between the humans and the robots. And I don't want to read any more of that because I don't want that much. I want, I'm sure, as most people do, I'm sure we want the robots, I'm sure we want the action scenes. This is, as I say, an actual screenshot. If you head to Collider, you can see the full interview, or indeed TFW 2005, to read exactly what they're saying. I don't want to read any more about it because I don't want to, I suppose, spoil it either. I'm hoping it's not going to be too pure, you know, too over the top. I'm sure you can relate to exactly what I'm saying. Right. Here's some images now. I am still losing my voice. This is Threezero's DLX RC figure from the Bumblebee movie. We've had some images of her pop up everywhere. So if you want to know some things about her, I've got some images to show you, but I've also got some things to say that she's going to stand 8 inches, which is 20.3 centimeters tall. She's an officially licensed Hasbro and Takara Tomy figure. Approximately 60 points of articulation, detailed and weathered paint application, and its die-cast metal frame. She's going to come with abundance of accessories. She's as good as what's known as a good old-fashioned action master because she doesn't transform. It's just a fully posable, fully articulate action figure. And it's, of course, an exact, well, as good as exact replica of how RC appeared in the Bumblebee movie at the very beginning. So these companies, Threezero DLX, they're knocking it out of the park with these models. And if this is the sort of thing that you collect and you've got space for, they look spectacular. So there she is, all official images of her. And funnily enough, I've got details how to pre-order her in a second. Right, last couple of images there of her. Apologies for the glare. And moving on, some more things to whet your appetite. So we've got the official reveal, which we saw obviously, of the War Dawn 2-pack, and just in from the Asian SNS, we've got a few official images of the figures in both modes, because it looks like it's going to be set, of course, as a Comic-Con 2023 exclusive release. So that is, of course, these two figures here, these redecos that everybody's really excited about, and the packaging there. So they're getting ready, of course, to put this up for pre-order pretty much everywhere. And I, of course, am going to be pre-ordering one straight away. Right. And this is something that I mentioned about 24 hours ago. So we talked about the Hasbro and Mattel joining forces and having a crossover. And it meant that Hasbro are going to be able to produce, Mattel are going to be able to produce Hot Wheel Transformers. And straight away already we've got some images of them. So there is a Hot Wheels Optimus Prime. There is a Hot Wheels, I think it's Huffer. I'm sure it's Huffer. I don't know who else it would be. You can see they're calling the toy brand or the toy line Movie Metals. Then we've got a Bumblebee, and then we've got a really interesting Generation 1 gun of Megatron. Now, that is something I was not expecting to see. Now, granted, obviously, it's probably only about this big, but it's still his gun, so I wasn't expecting to see that at all. So Transformers, Hot Wheels, Movie Metal, Megatron is going to be a gun. Right, that concludes it for this. I'm going to probably stay away from you for only about 24 hours or so, because I come back with a couple more news updates on the Friday, Thursday night in the UK into Friday the next day. Been on the Showsy website again. Of course, I mention them a lot because at the moment they're helping me out, and you guys are helping me out with them as well. But they've got so much pre-orders on. So the Motormaster I previewed in the other video is available for pre-order there. The DNA upgrade kit for Masterpiece Nemesis Prime is available for pre-order there. All the new Fans, Toys, Figures, Masterpiece Figures are in for pre-order, as well as Brawl from Magic Square, David from New Age, and indeed, as we're about to see here, the Iron Factory Tarns. People have asked me about them. They are the prices for them if you want to pre-order. Well, not pre-order, you can order them straight away. But then very quickly, there indeed is the RC figure I've just shown you, and you can put a deposit down on here for $1 already. So there you go. This is concluding part 3 of the news. I've pretty much got the Shockwave video done. It will be released in a couple of hours after this video, or whenever you're watching it. It's going to be Wednesday night UK time. And I've got, again, so much more to get through. Hopefully my voice manages to last out anyway. So again, huge thank you to you all. Thank you to Showsy. If you're going to use my code, I really appreciate that. It's Threezero in the top left. Support a reviewer barcode. Loads of things are coming in. I've got so much going on. It's such a great time being able to do this for you guys, and indeed I'm enjoying it myself. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't keep doing it. Thank you ever so much for the support. I'll see you in a 24 hours or so for more updates, unless anything else happens that I've got to let you know straight away. And of course, I'm going to do a live this weekend. I'll give you more details on that probably on the communities. Keep an eye on that, and hope to see you all in that as well. Thanks very much, everybody. Take care.